Hey, what's up, YouTube? How's it going? Forever King here. So I wanted to go over the new patches that dropped. It was mostly just some cameo changes. The only character that got changed was Takeda. Some buffs. So this is a low now. This used to be a mid pre-patch, but now it's a low. I don't think it's going to change too much. Like, I think people were just blocking this low anyways, and it's not like he has a fast overhead from this distance. He doesn't have like a fast overhead projectile. And the only overhead that he had that was like a full screen overhead, this actually got changed to a mid. This used to be an overhead, now it's a mid. I don't know if they did that on purpose so that you're not going to be blocking this low and then get opened up by this. But yeah, not too big of a change for Takeda. He's still relatively the same. So Tremor, he got buffs on his cameos, like the ground pound and stuff. So the cooldown's not as long. Frost, the ice bomb, the cooldown's not as long. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. The main changes that I want to go over is Ferra, because Ferra, she's the most complained about cameo right now. She's probably the most used cameo right now and ranked and everything. And so her changes are going to impact the meta the most out of everyone. So Ferra, this low, it used to be -5 on block. Now it's -10 on block. You still have You still have this overhead that is -2. Safe, very safe. But the low is going to be punishable now. And then her health, it went from 450 to 350. So when I was using Garrus Ferra pre-patch, the health was 1100. Now the total health is just going to be 1000, just a normal health bar. So what do I think about these changes? Well, the health, not too crazy. Honestly, Ferra is a very powerful cameo, and I like her that way. But for her being as powerful as she was, maybe her health shouldn't have been that high. In most games, the more powerful something is, they lower the health to like make up for it. You know what I mean? Like look at Akuma in Street Fighter, or Johnny Cage in this game, for example, or Chameleon. Like usually when a character is powerful, you lower the health to make it more fair for the other characters. So Farah being as powerful as she was, her health was definitely way too high. So I think that was a good nerf, taking her health down. Even though I do think that she's very powerful, I do think the community is overhyping her to an extent, because I don't think Farah is as powerful as like Cyrax in his heyday. Like if you go back to the first patch of MK1, the first version of it, and Cyrax was just running the meta, I don't think Farah last patch was as dominant as Cyrax was in his heyday. And I don't even know if Farah last patch was as powerful as Chameleon was in her heyday. You know what I mean? A lot of people are acting like Farah is the most broken thing that ever came to this game. I think she's very powerful, and she was most likely the #1 cameo, but I don't think she was, I just don't want to see a character get nerfed into the ground. And I'm not even trying to be biased because I use Farah. I'm never a fan of, oh, this thing's so strong, nerf it so that it's never used again. You know what I mean? That's what they did with Cyrax. I wasn't a fan of that. I still think Cyrax should be 1 cameo bar for his horizontal chopper, but we'll save that talk for another day. But yeah, so do I think Farah is dead now? No, I still think she's really strong. I still think she's really good. She may be the best cameo in the game still. If she's not the best, I would say she's most likely top 3 cameo in the game. Maybe top 5 at worst, but she's definitely strong. And she brings a lot of synergy to a lot of characters, like, throw combos, combo extensions they wouldn't normally be able to combo off of, armored launchers, things like that. So she still gives you a little bit of health. So it's just now you have to be more careful with the overhead low mix. So I can show you guys just so you can see. Let's see here, control player 2, and then I'm going to have Takeda. Whoops, sorry. Let me redo that. Okay. So this is actually a hard punish, but that was a punish right there. So yeah, you get the picture. So it's a tight punish, but it's possible. -10. You kind of have to like do a slight dash forward, cancel your dash with like a stand one jab. And I think almost every character in the game is going to be able to punish it. If you do it from like this distance, it's still going to be safe, you know? And maybe there's going to be some strings, like, you know, Takeda has this long range. So if he did this into Ferra, that'd probably still be safe at a distance, you know? So yeah, she's still going to be really strong. The thing is, to be honest, as much as the community was like crying and complaining about Ferra, I honestly thought that NRS was going to have a knee-jerk reaction and was just going to nerf her really badly. I thought she was going to go down to like Cyrax tier, you know? But no, they nerfed her fair. Like they gave her really good nerfs. Like we're just going to nerf one of her 50/50s. So she has like the overhead safe, the lows not safe. I think offline you could still react to them. Online it's a little bit harder. So online, Ferra is definitely way more powerful compared to offline. You'll just block and react, and you know, the command grab's still very good. Obviously, you can't react to the command grab, but in a lot of scenarios, you can just jab her out of the command grab before it happens, and the risk reward is always in the other character's favor. Like if they jump or if they duck, then they get a full combo. Compared to the command grab, it's only 9% or whatever. So yeah, I think Ferra's in a really good place right now. I still think Ferra is like maybe like a top 3 Kameo for Geras. You could debate either Motaro, Chameleon, or Ferra being Geras' best Kameo. Me personally, I just have a lot of fun with Ferra, so I'm just going to keep sticking with Ferra. I think I'm like halfway through God rank, so once I get to like Elder God with Geras Ferra, maybe I'll start trying other cameos and stuff. I've just been having so much fun with Ferra that I'm sticking to her. So, yeah, moral of the story, this was a good patch. Well, yeah, good patch as far as like they didn't nerf Ferra too hard. I would have liked to see more buffs. So it was a good patch as far as like they're buffing Tremor, that's good. They're buffing Takeda, that's good. They're buffing Frost, that's good. They didn't nerf Ferra too hard, that's good. But what I would have liked to see is like, buff Goro cameo, buff Striker cameo, buff, Natara more, buff Havoc more, buff. I'm going to keep saying this as much as I can because I stand by this philosophy is like buffs are always better than nerfs. You know what I mean? Taking away stuff from a character always feels bad. Like when someone comes into a game after a patch and they're like, oh, my character is worse. That's like a bad feeling. But coming to a game after a patch and your character has more stuff, that's a great feeling. You know what I mean? So you would rather give a lot of players great feelings overall than negative feelings. And the way to do that is just buff all the characters. They need to do a patch. I would like to see like an overhaul patch because, Evo's done. Final Combat is done. I can understand not doing an overhaul patch during that time period because you don't want to mess up the biggest, most important tournaments of the year. But now that Final Combat is done, Evo's done, as far as we know, there's no Final Combat 2 being announced. There's no second Pro Tour announced yet. They could do this with the release of Combat Pack 2, which is what I'm hoping. I want to see a big overhaul patch that is just like every single character in the game gets like, 5 or 6 buffs. Every single cameo in the game gets like 5 or 6 buffs. And I just want to see the power level in this game raise, the options in this game raise, all the different combo routes and opportunities in the neutral and stuff like that. I just want to see everything increase so that there's more fun to be had, It's always more fun when there's more possibilities, more things to do. So overall, good patch. Like nothing bad happened in the patch. It's just I would like to see more. Like everything that happened in this patch, crank it up to 11. You know, just like go crazy. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Um, Hope you guys been enjoying the combat videos lately and stuff like that. And tomorrow I'm gonna be releasing my thoughts and opinions on Gears and the his place in the tier list, his place in the meta, and what I would personally do, in my opinion, to take Gears, and put him in a more viable, competitive spot. You know what I mean? Because a lot of you guys have been asking me, like, "Hey, King, what buffs do you think Geras needs?" Or like, "What do you think you would do with Geras to make him stronger, to make him top tier?" So that's going to be my video tomorrow. So hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day. Peace.